Alright, it's the first weekend of October right now, and this is an update on my Ataulfo rootstocks. Initially, I thought I was going to go through kind of like all the varieties that's grafted on here, but I think probably I'll do that next month because right now I'm going to show you the pruning I have done to kind of just clear out the canopy. So, I have on here Duckmine number 4. It's the darker green dense canopy, and then the other branch you see over there, it's the lighter leaves. That's the California Remit. It has a much more kind of open canopy. So what I have removed has been pretty much mostly, well, it is mostly all the Duckmine number 4 canopy. And I try to remove some of the new flushes like this. I don't really need it. This flush is gonna bloom probably in spring, and as of right now for my Duckmine number 4, I don't really try to save any of my spring blooms or anything like that. I actually want my fall blooms to kind of set fruits, and I let that overwinter here till next year, and I eat it as mostly green fruit. But if I let it ripen, it will probably ripen around this will probably ripen around April, May. So here's like the fruitlets. Some of them is pretty good size already, you know, that. So I expect it to kind of continue blooming. Some of these older leaves, these mature leaves, are probably gonna bloom, but it's been flushing out both flowers and vegetation. So here's a bunch of the vegetation. And from when I'm clearing it out, I'm removing a lot of these new growths. I don't need it. I kind of prefer having some of the old growth because I think this is gonna also start blooming within the next month or so too. Even though there's already a lot of blooms on this already. You can see the fruitlets right there, that are just pretty nice size already, and some newer blooms on top. So. So that's that. Let's see. Here's all the different grafts on here. I try to clear out a lot of these. A lot of these new growths. Okay, here's all the leaves I removed. It's quite a bit. Probably around took about in terms of clearing the branch and the height. Probably took about try to get about 3 or 4 feet off the height, but most of it's just opening up the canopy. So I still have some. There's like a summer fruitlet that's still hanging. And there's, I think I've seen another one. Something like those right there. You guys can see it. A lot of my grass has been flushing, and it's been doing much better this year. This is tree number 2, and this one probably has the lightest bloom. I just kind of pretty much took about, you know, maybe 4 feet off the top in terms of height. I didn't really remove any kind of branching or anything like that. Here's what I kind of clean off. Something like that. Just pretty much taking off the height. But there's really pretty much no need to remove branches to clear the canopy. Like this side right here, it's a California Remit. Has a pretty decent open canopy, so I don't have to worry about it. There's some Laverne Manillas on this side. There's some fruits that's still holding on. This is the Laverne Manila. And let's see what else I got here. My M4 graft on this is doing pretty well. Quite a bit of branching. Pickering right there is doing pretty well. And then my Super Julie right here. It has a bit more space now. So this is the Duckmine. We picked all the fruits from the fruits that I picked so far has been nubbins, and that was from the early bloom. And what's left is this is from the late bloom, and these are full-size fruits. But everything from the from the early blooms have been picked, and they, you know, these nubbins of these nubbins of Maha. I'm sorry, I've been saying Namdamai. I meant Maha Chinook, and we picked all the nubbins on it, and it's from the early bloom. They do pretty well. They hold up as really good sized nubbins. So this is the Maha from the later bloom, and these will be full-size fruit, but I don't think these are going to ripen for some time. We'll see. But all the nubbins has been picked. They ripened perfectly. Seed husk, absolutely no seed, and very good sized ones for these Maha. This one right here, there is not much to look at. This is the one. Well, it was pretty tall, right? Like up there. I pretty much took out, gosh, I would say about 12, at least 12 feet in terms of branches, 12 feet in height. So this is my project that is going to happen next year, which I'll be grafting quite a bit of dwarf varieties on here. So kind of like these trees, I'm at the point where some of it's too vigorous. You don't hear that too often, but you know, I do have these trees and they're getting quite vigorous, and I do have want some really very good tasting varieties. Unfortunately, the dwarf varieties, so that's why I'm gonna be putting those dwarf varieties on this tree. You know, I did have some that taken, and after pruning all this, I think I probably destroyed a couple of grafts. Hopefully they survived. But here's all the aftermath of all that pruning. Quite a bit. So some of these are some of the branches. The size of the branches I removed. So for example, I got, this is a Julie that took, but I don't know, I think I might have damaged it when I was taking down some of the big canopy. And got a Juliet right there that took, and I made some new grafts. Hopefully I didn't damage it too much. In terms of the California mint, there's a fruit or two left. I think this right here. I'm pretty much keeping kind of like this nursing limb right here. I don't want to shock the tree too much, so I'm hoping, you know, just having this one branch left will kind of, you know, help it from not getting set back too much in winter. And then come next spring, summer, I am going to be taking this branch off and doing much more grafts. So this has just been a project in my mind I've been thinking about for at least a year now. Just haven't had the chance to do it, but now it's done. Like, it's been pretty much chopped down, and we're gonna start grafting dwarf varieties onto it. Okay, so I still got a few California mint fruit too. Here's another one. Here's some of the fruits that we kind of picked off the tree. And this is still pretty nice and young right here. Some of this kind of soft, but California mint, it's not a good ripe mango. Like, you can't let it get too soft at all. Like, once it gives, you pretty much have to eat it. If you let it get even softer, it just kind of gets very too much fibers on this one. So here's a nice size one. Like I would, you know, kind of eat this right now when it's still kind of firm but soft. And this one's hard. This one's probably tastes a little bit more sweet and sour. So these are some of the fruits. Yeah, this one has a really nice shape. This one's kind of like a beauty right here. But it starts off like elongated like this. As the fruits mature, they get more fatty. They kind of round out. They kind of look like this. And then as it ripes, you kind of get like a color break, but it's kind of like an ugly yellow. You let it get more, like you gotta let it get soft, it's not really great. So that's kind of what we picked off of this right now. All right. Here's rootstock 4 and 5, and there's probably still about maybe 2 dozen fruits left. Yeah, there's quite a bit right there. Maybe about 12 fruits left. The green, sometimes I have a hard time seeing where they are all hiding out at to look for it. See that fruit right there? A large fruit right there. But let's see, what do I got here? Most interesting one is probably this pina colada. It's kind of pretty long and lengthy. Stems kind of pretty thick on this graph. I probably need to prune this back and want to use this as scion material to graft somewhere else. Let's see, here's one California red with weird shape. And oh, here's a peach cobbler. My grafted, which I thought was my graft, which I thought was a lemon zest for the longest, has turned out to be a peach cobbler. Here it goes. Still kind of small, so has quite a bit of ways to go. And we pruned this side pretty heavily, just to kind of get it away from the house. But this one I haven't gone into the pruning yet, but we're probably going to get a heavy pruning also, maybe within the next couple of weeks. Here's some of the hidden fruits I mentioned. So, let's see, just this section alone, there's about eight mangoes. Alright, well, that's an update for October. Thanks everyone for checking in.